There are lots and lots of issues that we find. Right? I'm going to take you through a number of scenarios and situations where we see huge issue. Right? The first one, of course, is the Horizon IT scandal. Basically, this was the computer, whatever the computer says is correct. So workers in the post office who were incorrectly given were identified as defrauding the post office when they hadn't been. Not only did they lose money, they went to jail. Right? The result of the incorrect information from the IT systems destroyed people's lives and resulted in people going to jail. And that is something that is staggering and hugely alarming. Right? How can we be in a position where the IT professionals built that system and that system was seen as we are right, although it wasn't right, and it took many years before we unpacked that issue. If you look at the situation with the A-level results, where during the pandemic, the government decided to use an algorithm to be able to decide what the A-level results were, and the backlash on that, the incorrect results that were provided, meant that we were amplifying bias. We were basically incorrectly giving people results, and it's both positive and negative. So this isn't just a negative story, but it was just not appropriate to do that. And we assumed the algorithm was going to be more fair than allowing the teachers on the ground to do that. And you see the slogan there: "Trust teachers, not Tories." The reality is, you should trust teachers, not technology, because it was actually the algorithm that was doing that, and the data that underpinned that algorithm wasn't quite good enough. So then you go on and think, well, okay, that's all fair enough, but the most worrying situation is where you read about the situation with Molly Russell, a 14-year-old schoolgirl who ended up taking her own life because she was systematically shown images on Instagram, and those images took her down this dark rabbit hole, and eventually she committed suicide. If you listen to Ian Russell, her father, and her mother talking on the news, you can understand just how heartbreaking that is. And the question is, I don't believe anybody who built those algorithms thought for a second that they would be creating technologies that would result in someone like Molly taking her life. But the reality is it did. And the question you have to ask yourself is, so how do we learn from those three very horrific situations?